Welcome back another video tutorial. In this video we will see the inoculation of virus into embryonated egg and different types of eggs as well as cell culture. Inoculation of virus. To inoculate the virus we use chicken egg, duck egg and turkey eggs are the most common choice for the inoculation of viruses. The egg used for the cultivation must be sterile. The shell should be intact, means should not be broken, and healthy. Also, embryo should be healthy as well as egg should be healthy. Rigorous sterile technique must be used to prevent the contamination by bacteria and fungi and the air and outer surface of the shell. Mean sterile technique should be used to handle the egg as well as it should be free of different kind of bacteria as well as fungi. Mean different kind of pathogens should not be attack that egg. In this depiction we will see the how to inoculate the virus into egg. The egg must be injected through the shell, usually by the drilling a hole or making a small window into the egg. The viral suspension or suspected virus containing fluid is injected into the fluid of the egg. The exact tissue that is inoculated is guided by the type of virus being cultivated and the goal of the experiment. What kind of goal, what kind of virus can be inoculated or we want to cultivate. These things are very important during the inoculation. Let us see what part of egg and what kind of virus inoculate the what part of the egg or which one part of the egg. Detection of viral growth. Viral multiplying in the embryo may or may not cause the effect visible to the naked eye. The sign of the viral growth include death of the embryo, defects in the embryonic development, and localized area of damage in the membrane resulting in discrete opaque spots can be seen, which is known as pox or pox lesions. Detection of viral growth. If virus does not produce obvious changes in the development of embryonic tissue, virologists have another method of detection. Embryonic fluids and tissue can be prepared for direct examination with an electron microscope. Certain viruses can be detected by their ability of agglutinate red blood cells or by the reaction with an antibodies of known specificity. Different parts of the embryonated egg we will see in this depiction. The air sac is important to developing the embryo for the respiration and for pressure adjustment. This is air sac. You can see that is present on the upper part of the egg or the top of the egg. The shell and the shell membrane function both as barrier and an exchange system for the gases and liquid molecules. This is eggshell, and inside the eggshell you can see the shell membrane, both having function same as the barrier from the external environment and as well as passage of the gases and some kind of liquids. The chorioamnionitic sac and its contents. Amniotic fluid remove waste products produced by the developing embryo. mean choriolentic membrane or choriolentic sac. This is the sac that help to remove the different kind of waste that present which are present in during the development of embryo. This membrane and its contents increase in size as the embryo grows. As with the passage of time, when embryo grows, the size of the atlantic fluid as well as atlantic membrane increases. The yolk sac is the source of nourishment for the developing embryo. As the embryo develops, the yolk sac decreases or reduces in the size until it completely absorbed into digestive system of the mature embryo. The amnion is a thin membrane that encloses the embryo and protect it from the physical damages. It also serves as exchange system and is best seen in the younger embryos. Routes of the viral inoculation. Different routes for the different kind of viruses to inoculate. Here you can see the different routes. Let us see. Embryonated egg offers the various sites for the cultivation of viruses. The different sites and viral inoculation embryonated eggs are as choriolentic membrane, as you can see in this depiction, as well as I told you in the previous slide, amniotic cavity, as well as atlantic cavity and yolk sac. Amniotic cavity, this is amniotic cavity, and this is atlantic cavity. You can say the atlantic cavity, as well as yolk sac. You can say this is the yolk sac, and this is the air sac. You can see in this depiction different parts of the egg. The chosen route of inoculation and age of the embryo are determined by the given virus selectivity for a certain membrane or developmental stage of the embryo. Mean different kind of viruses having different or a specific part of the egg which we have to inoculate and then cultivate the virus for detection, for study of a virus, as well as different times for the embryo, mean some important days for the different virus to grow. Mean it should be how many olds for different viruses. Suppose you can say you can see here, for example, infectious bronchitis virus is propagated in the yolk sac of 5 to 6 days old embryo. Other example is whereas Rous sarcoma virus is inoculated in the choriolentic membrane of 9 to 11 days old embryo and will produce pox 5 to 10 days post infection, mean after inoculation. Candling of egg. Candling of egg is the procedure of holding a strong light above or below the egg to absorb the embryo. Candling lamp consists of strong electric bulb covered by a plastic or aluminum container that has a handle as well as aperture. Mean it is used to detect whether embryo is present inside the egg or not. You can see in this depiction there is no any kind of embryo inside the egg, but in this depiction you can see the embryo is present inside the egg. You can see this is the embryo. Different parts of the egg, embryonated egg, having with different kind of viruses you can see in this depiction. Chorioatlantic membrane inoculation with the herpes simplex virus, pox virus, or Rous sarcoma virus. Amniotic inoculation with influenza virus, with mumps virus, yolk sac inoculation with herpes simplex virus, and Atlantic inoculation with influenza virus, mumps virus, Newcastle disease virus, avian adenoviruses. Chorioatlantic membrane. This method has been widely used in the veterinary virology. Many viruses grow readily or can be adapted to grow on the chorioatlantic membrane. Viruses produce visible foci or pox, inclusion bodies, which is known as inclusion body, or edema or other abnormalities. Each infectious virus particles form one pox virus which can be grown, include herpes simplex virus as well as pox viruses. Amniotic cavity inoculation. The virus introduced directly into the amniotic fluid that bathes the developing embryo. The volume of the fluid in the infected amniotic sac is small, 1 to 2 ml. The amniotic route is recommended for the primary isolation of human viruses like mumps virus and influenza type A, type B, type C viruses. It has little application in veterinary medicine, veterinary virology. Newly isolated influenza virus may require several passages before they adapt to the growth by other routes such as Atlantic route. Atlantic cavity inoculation. Many viruses such as Newcastle disease virus can grow readily. Other viruses such as influenza virus may require repeated amniotic passage before becoming adapted to the egg and grown in the Atlantic cavity. Atlantic inoculation is a quick and easy method that yield large amount 8 to 15 ml of virus infected egg fluid with having volume. Yolk sac inoculation. It is also simplest method for growth and multiplication of the viruses. Mostly mammalian viruses are isolated using this method. Immune interference mechanism can be detected in most of the avian viruses. This method is also used for the cultivation of some bacteria like chlamydia and rickettsia. Cell culture. Prior to the advent of the cell culture, animal viruses could be propagated only on whole animal or embryonated chicken eggs. Cell culture have replaced embryonated egg as preferred type of the growth medium for many viruses. Cell culture consists of cells grown in the culture media in the laboratory. These cultures can be propagated and handled like bacterial culture. They are more convenient to work than whole animal or embryonated egg. But these cell cultures or cell lines also expensive. Some advantages like expensive as well as sometimes difficult to handle. Different kind of bacteria can infect the cells and contaminate the cell. Thank you for watching this video. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care.